What is a better bet going forward, gold or Bitcoin? BK, you first.
Yeah, well, for me, obviously, it's Bitcoin, and I'll tell you why. Because Bitcoin is not just digital gold. I think that's what a lot of people get wrong right here. It's a technology platform that fintech is being built on top of. It is a once-in-a-generation investment opportunity, similar to the internet, growing just as fast, if not faster. It's the internet of money, and I'm not the only one on this. Everybody's involved in it. Federal Reserve just released a paper on it and has a working group. Bank of England is involved in it. 14 of the top 30 banks have active projects going on. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, CME, NYSE, New York Stock Exchange are all involved in projects as we speak, building on top of this technology. So let's just say, let's try to put a value on Bitcoin. And let's say all those things don't happen, right? Even though there's so much people working on it, they're building on top of the platform, giving it useful. Let's say it is digital gold. And for some reason, it just happens to get 1% of the market share that gold gets. Bitcoin would be $4,500 trading at $1,200 right now. If it got 5% of the market share, it would be at $22,000. That, to me, is a winning investment.
Peter Schiff, you're up.
Well, it's not digital gold. I agree. It's digital fool's gold. Today's Bitcoins could be tomorrow's Beanie Babies. The whole principle behind Bitcoin was to replicate the properties that made gold uniquely suited to be money and act as an alternative to fiat currencies. But it's not really viable as money. I mean, it is a potential medium of exchange, but it's not a store of value. Meanwhile, nobody really uses it as a medium of exchange. It's just a speculative asset. People own it because they think it's going to be more valuable in the future, but it has no intrinsic value in and of itself.
150,000 merchants worldwide accept Bitcoin, including Expedia. 300,000 transactions a day.
No merchants accept Bitcoin. They work with a company called BitPay. They accept dollars. What happens is there are no merchants that price their merchandise in Bitcoin. It's impossible. So it's a gimmick to try to pretend.
It in Bitcoin. It's their choice if they want to convert it back to fiat dollars. It's being used in trade finance between Brazil and China.
I didn't interrupt you.
People are actually using it. You're missing the whole story here. You're missing it.
People are using it to circumvent currency laws to transfer money out of China. They are not really using it in commerce. No merchants are You find me a merchant that is pricing their merchandise in a Bitcoin. I will this is one Bitcoin. This is a half a Bitcoin. They are pricing it in dollars or euros.
People using it in the supply chain. It's very useful.
No. The price, the volatility is too great on a daily basis to really price
it. Not really.
But
this
meanwhile,
year, for a good portion of this year, was less volatile than gold and outperformed.
It is not less volatile, but look. Meanwhile,
was this year.
Gold had a long history of intrinsic value before it was money. People desired it for its properties, and it was very scarce. So it had a lot of value because its unique properties were hard to come by. Nobody knew what Bitcoin was 5 or 10 years ago. It didn't exist. It has no value other than the fact that maybe you can use it to exchange for somebody else. But if they don't want it, it has no value.
It has the exact same value as gold has, exact same value as oil.
No, it doesn't.
Its usefulness, its utility. That's what everything is backed by.
No,
Gold's just a rock. It's just a shiny rock. It has some special qualities, but it's just a shiny rock.
Look, you're a member of a cult. That's why you have to keep screaming at me.
Peter, stop.
There's nothing that you can do with your Bitcoin. Does that mean it's not going to go up to 2,000 or 3,000? It could, and then it's going to go to zero.
With my Bitcoin. I can do trade finance with my Bitcoin. What are you talking about?
All right. Unfortunately, we are out of time.
There is no limit. There is no limit to the number of digital currencies that can be created. There are hundreds of others. Just because Bitcoin is the most popular now, look, why doesn't everybody use MySpace? Because somebody came up with Facebook. I mean, you have no idea. And meanwhile, there's a company out there called Gold Money, which actually uses gold as money.
You could say the same thing about the internet, and you would have missed out.
We got to end this here. We're going to find the moment of truth out right now. You all heard the arguments. So let's go around the horn here and see who the traders think won this debate. Bitcoin or gold? Tim, what do you say?
I'm going to say gold just because, first of all, I think we've got apples and oranges, not because I don't agree with what BK is saying about what's going on with cryptocurrency. So I do think it's an interesting time to own gold. Don't bet the farm on gold. Don't get overly emotional about gold, and don't have too much gold in your portfolio.
Karen?
Yep. I'm going to go with BK and Bitcoin because I believe you get two things. You get this sort of the gold kind of argument, and then as well you get the whole the fintech element of it. And I don't buy Peter's argument that it's not usable. It's very few gold transactions actually happen in physical gold transactions, yet it is freely traded.
But you can do that. You can do it now with gold money. That's happening.
You can do it with Bitcoin as well. Anyway,
there's no coming back.
Hey, I want to recount the vote.
So I'm going with BK and Bitcoin.
BK.
Somebody is hacking the voting.
So I wrote, if BK is right about Bitcoin, ... then I have to be with Tim. You got to go with gold, because I think if BK is correct, I think actually in the short term, gold will outperform. And if memory serves, not that I was there, but I think there were a series of 7 debates between then whatever Lincoln and Mr. Douglas. So this was the first of 7 over a few months. I look forward to number 2.
All right, so it looks like 2-1 for Peter Schiff.